Britain's rolling out the red carpet for the Saudi Crown Prince, who's arrived for a three-day visit. But a lot of protests are also planned against Saudi Arabia's deadly bombing campaign in Yemen, which has been going on for 3 years. RT's Issa Ali was at one of the demonstrations.
There are around 300 to 400 people here at this protest against the visit of the Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman. And the protesters vary from Bahraini opposition activists protesting against Saudi Arabia's continued involvement since they helped to suppress the revolution there in 2011, to those opposing the arms trade and the war in Yemen. One of the people we spoke to was the Labour MP, Chris Williamson.
For British military advisors to be involved, that takes it to a whole new level, and frankly trampling on Britain's reputation as a nation that stands up for human rights. We've got no place, it seems to me, selling arms to Saudi Arabia, and certainly we should not be participating in facilitating the war by having military advisors there.
Now, since the Saudi bombardment of Yemen began in 2015, the UK has sold over £4.5 billion worth of weapons, while the US have an arms deal worth over £110 billion, some of the biggest arms deals in US history. And the visit of Mohammed bin Salman also being raised in Parliament today by the Labour leader, Jeremy Corbyn.
A humanitarian disaster is now taking place in Yemen. Millions face starvation. 600,000 children have cholera because of the Saudi-led bombing campaign and the blockade. Germany has suspended arms sales to Saudi Arabia, but British arms sales have sharply increased, and British military advisors are directing the war. It cannot be right that her government, Mr. Speaker, it cannot be right that her government is colluding in what the United Nations says is evidence of war crimes.
But it's also to be mentioned that in addition to these hundreds of protesters, there is a small counter-protest numbering a couple of dozen people who are here to welcome Mohammed bin Salman to London. But in any case, this protest is definitely the larger of the two.